speaking of ruined marriages, Tom Brady retired today, retired yesterday, officially, and did the most divorced dad thing possible, which is he went to the beach, sat on the beach. I'm sure he looked at the waves for 10 minutes or so before he recorded the video. And then he recorded a video. He scooped Shefty, Tyler.
Got his ass.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Indeed.
Officially retired. Gentlemen, your reaction.
I can't believe this is all about Shefty Scooter. I really cannot believe this motherfucker lost everything because Shefty beat him to the fucking punch, dog. That's all I was thinking the whole time, you know. And in the video, he was, you know, on the beach early as hell. You know, he probably went out to the beach to watch the sunrise or some shit. That voice was crackly as a motherfucker dude. Like, he was emotional for real, dog. And I'm like, bro, all of this because of Adam Schefter. Why?
What I have a different look at it. I see it differently now. You know what I mean? I have a different outlook. I'm like, based upon talking about your how your mom brought up the fact that we all knew the shit was probably trash prior. You know what I'm saying? Could
Marriages
you imagine
between billionaires don't fall apart on the last straw. Like, for,
you feel me?
For sure.
Right,
Fair.
right. This is, you know, for you to have to split all that money up and get all that, what's going to be involved to figure that shit out? Nigga, that shit been trash for about 6 years. You've been fighting upstream for a while, nigga. You actually are too tired to keep fighting. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking this, the nigga would have retired to try to work the shit out and still would have been divorced. I think that would have been really fucked up on his side. We would have never known. We would
But
have
at least
got
he
the
beat
jokes
Shefty.
off.
So at least, so it was worth it to you because at least this way he got one more win.
At least he got that off because the marriage was going to be cooked regardless. All right. You know what I mean? So, you know, hey, man, good for him. Good for Tom.
I experienced empathy towards Tom Brady. I apologize. But I was watching the video. He was choking up. I think it was when he started talking about the people he played against that he started choking up, if I recall the video correctly. But you could tell he was really battling it. And I was just thinking about him sitting there on the beach, like you said, probably after he watched the sunrise, watching the waves go in and out. And I don't know, man. I'm sure 99% of people in the world would trade lives with Tom Brady, but I'm looking at a divorced dad sitting there on the beach crying because he's going to miss his job. And I would not for all the money that he has, would I have traded lives with that race car bed in that moment, bro.
I mean, he's such, like, you know, a strictly regimented dude. Like, bro, like the thing is, like, a lot of former athletes say that they miss the routine a whole lot, right? Like, you know, of course they miss the game days, but they say like the routine. Like JJ Redick was talking about how extensive his routine was, and it sounded like hell to to a lot of us. But he's like, bro, I loved it. I loved every second of it. You know, so I'm just curious to see, you know, how he adjusts. He's probably going to go into broadcast. I think he's going to be great at that if he so chooses. So we'll see.
It's funny, Tim. I think, like, with quarterbacks and shooters, it's the same. You got to love the process. But I think like JJ said, he could not do the process one more summer. You know what I mean? And maybe that's where Brady's at. Like, I don't have it in me to do what needs to be done to play at 45 years old. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, no one neither has anyone in history, obviously, right? Like, he's already accomplished everything you could accomplish. But I will also say, whether you're, we were talking about Jason Sudeikis, Olivia Wilde, we talk about Tom Brady, there's a lot of parts of being famous that don't look fun to me, but getting divorced publicly when you have kids seems like our family, it's a miracle everyone survived that process. I can't imagine if every time any of us left the house, we're hearing about it, or the idiots on Jenkins and Jonez and 10,000 other podcasts are making fun of us. Like, you know what I mean? I cannot even imagine it. And having to go to your press conference every week at your job and have people ask you if your wife leaving you and taking your kids away is affecting your play on the field. Get me the fuck out of here.
She was trying to be cordial and say something to, like, support him. And nigga said, damn, when you get divorced, they really, somebody said, You sound, the lady sounds like an HR worker, nigga. Like, it's just business after that, nigga.
Well,
you know
Tyler,
what I'm saying? Like,
Tyler had a perfect analysis. But she said, I wish you luck with your life.
Ooh, dog, God damn, what happened to us, dog? You know what happened? This is supposed to be our life.
You got to think, bro. He was probably just as sick. So that your is probably good because the us probably stunk, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that he probably thinking like, you good luck with your life too, nigga. You feel me? I imagine both of their ass was over it.
Go to her, Tom.
I don't know.
Go to her, Thomas.
Dog, listen. He knows. Listen, he knew what his decision was going to require. Was going to how that's going to end.
He did. I don't think he did because
he knew how that was going to end.
Bro,
Bro,
I agree with you, Tyler.
he knew how it was going to end, bro.
That whole
he knew how it was going to end.
Dog, that whole 10-day hiatus when he went dark mode and no one was here from him, he was trying to save that motherfucking marriage, bro.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he was discussing this shit, but bro, like I don't think, bro. I don't think the nigga went into this situation without his wife telling him exactly what the fuck time is it.
No, I think she was telling him, but I think that she had been going along with stuff long enough. I mean, like moving to fucking Boston and shit, right? Like when you're a Brazilian supermodel, that I think he assumed that there was a base level at which he was kind of putting up with how unhappy she was about his job. I don't think he really understood, like, I will walk away from you with your
I don't
kids,
see
bro.
how you don't see that, though. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
like,
because you are you. But that's because you are you in your marriage.
Would have been had for so long. You know what I mean? Like you
but
know,
I think it was part
of
his.
When you're on the last leg. You know, when you're on the last leg.
But I think
like,
to what Tyler was
before.
saying, I think he thought it was part of the routine. You know, because it had been
so
3 or 4 years in a row
shitty.
that it was like, I'm taking time off at the end of the season to talk with my family. He's convincing her, okay, I'm gonna do one more year, but this is it. Like that was the routine to him. And I think this year was when the shutters came down hard on. Some routines don't repeat themselves over and over again. I've
never been in a relationship where I haven't known it was on his last leg.
You're John Nichols.
What the fuck does that mean, nigga? I mean,
I'm
a regular nigga.
You're a very different person. Like this is a megalomaniac. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, you saying he's insane? He's insane enough to believe
bro,
it.
He's never eaten strawberries, John. Because they didn't fit his fitness profile. You know what I'm saying? He's avocado ice cream, dog.
I guess he's halfway human, bro.
Like, ice cream.
That's in his book. He eats avocado. That's what he has for ice cream. He has avocado ice cream, bro, with no cream in it.
It's just hard for me to imagine getting that bad.
You can't put yourself in that brain, which is good.
You don't see it being that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're probably in therapy, and a nigga still doing dumb shit like this. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I guess so.
It's just so stupid. It's just so dumb for an adult. You know what I mean? For them to not see this coming.
But I think, listen, I think we've seen kind of some of the same stuff with Michael Jordan, right? I mean, like some of these guys, you pull the curtain back and it's like, oh, being obsessed with winning is like kind of a horrible way to live your life, right? I mean, like it yields these great results and money and fame and all this stuff. Like I'm not in any way trying to say like, oh, Tom Brady should come to me for life advice. But for me,
nobody thinks that.
But for most of us, you look at what it actually takes to live like that, and it's that, you know, you're trying to bend your whole family around your schedule. Like you're trying to bend everything around. The whole thing I care about is winning these games. And now, look, I've known a lot of pro athletes in all the major sports who've come out of playing. It's a hard landing for everybody. It's hard if you were a 10-time Pro Bowler. It's hard if you just been on practice squads for 2 or 3 years, but someone's telling you the game you've been playing for, you know, since you were 4 or 5 years old is over forever. It's hard no matter what. And the fact, this is just one of the very few things in the world, all the money, all the accomplishments, it's not going to make it easier. And I really, watching that video, I really did feel sorry for that dude. Like, this is not going to be fun. It's not going to be a fun transition for him, bro.
I feel like when shit is very trash, you know what I'm saying? You know, maybe she finally said, yo, it's time. But I think they knew it was going to be time. And I understand that 10-day, it would still suck. Even if you know the shit was trash and it was coming, it still sucks when it comes, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in relationships where, like, probably for 6-7 months, I knew this shit, the day was going, it was getting close. You know what I mean? It was getting really stinky up in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? But even when breaking up and leaving the stench, You know what I'm saying? It still hurt a little bit. You know, hurt a lot. You know, and there's some adjustment to it, but you know it's better in the long run. That's why I feel like it was at, and that's why I feel like when they having that real conversation of divorce, he takes some time to himself because fuck football at that point. You know what I mean? But, you know, I think he knew it was coming to that regardless. I just can't see somebody being that maniacal where they don't see their supermodel wife being all the way fed up with their ass. You know what I'm saying? It just seems crazy.